Dear students, today we have to learn about irrational numbers. This is related to Standard 8, Chapter 1. Now, before starting irrational numbers, let's revise the concepts which you have studied earlier. So, we will discuss about different sets of numbers. So, the first set of numbers you have studied is natural numbers. It is noted by letter N. So can you tell me what are natural numbers? Yes, natural numbers are, they start with 1, 2, then 3 and 4 and so on. These are infinite numbers, means they will go on and on. We don't know the greatest number in natural numbers. Smallest number in natural numbers is 1. Then these are also called as counting numbers. Next set of numbers is whole numbers. The smallest number in the set of whole numbers is 0, and other numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. The next set of numbers is integers. Yes, correct. In integers, what are the included numbers? What numbers are included in integers? Yes, there is 0, then positive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, and also the negative numbers -1, -2, -3 and so on. Then the next set of numbers is rational numbers. Rational numbers are denoted by letter Q. Yes. So what is the definition of rational numbers? M upon n is a rational number if m is any integer. M is any integer means m may be 0, or it may be any positive number, or it may be any negative number, and n, which is the denominator, this is an integer other than 0, means leaving 0, it may be any positive number or it may be any negative number, then that number is called a rational number. Examples of rational numbers can be given as 5 upon 7 or 0 upon 5 or -8 upon 9 or 8 upon 4, etc. Only the condition is that there should not be 0 in the denominator. Now, when we draw a number line, on that number line there are rational numbers as well as other numbers, and those numbers are called irrational numbers. Examples of irrational numbers are √2, √3, √5 and so on. So now what is the difference between rational numbers and irrational numbers? You have studied that the decimal form of a rational number is either terminating or non-terminating recurring. Example, 8 upon 4. When you divide 8 by 4, the value comes as 2. So here 2 or 2.0, this decimal form 2.0 is terminating one. Now let's take another example. 7 upon 3. Its decimal value is 2.666 --. It means 2 point recurring 6. From these examples, we know that the decimal form of a rational number is either terminating one or non-terminating but recurring. Now let's come to irrational numbers. When you find the decimal form of irrational numbers, example square root of 2, square root of 3 or square root of 5, by division method, then you will notice that the decimal form of these numbers is non-terminating and non-recurring. Now we have to learn how to show a square root of 2 on a number line. So first draw a number line. Now plot the numbers, plot some points at a distance of 1 unit each. You may take the distance of 1 inch or any other suitable distance between the points. Now let's write 0, 1, 2, -1 and -2 on this number line. Now we'll take the scale, we'll draw a perpendicular line at this point 1. Let's mark point A here. Now let's draw a perpendicular line at point A. Now the distance between 0 to 1 is 1 unit. Now again with the scale or compass you will plot a point at this line. Suppose this line is L. At this line L, at the same distance of which is equal to 1 unit, means 1 inch. At 1 inch we will mark a point P. Now this distance OA equals to AP. Now let's join segment OP, and as this line L is perpendicular, so this triangle OAP is a right angled triangle. Now we have to find distance OP. So how can we find distance OP in triangle OAP? Yes, by Pythagoras theorem. We will find distance OP by Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, what is Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse square equals to side 1 square plus side 2 square. So hypotenuse is OP. So OP square equals to side 1, that is OA square, plus side 2, that is AP square. Now therefore OP square equals to OA is 1 unit, so 1 square, plus AP is also 1 unit, so 1 square. Therefore OP square equals to 1 plus 1. Therefore OP equals to 2. OP square equals to 2, and therefore OP equals to root 2. That is by taking square root on both sides. So here we know that OP equals to root 2. Now what we'll do, we'll take compass and we'll taking point O as a center, will and distance equals to OP, we'll draw an arc so as to get point Q at this intersection point. We'll plot point Q at this intersection point. As this distance OP is root 2, therefore this distance OQ is also root 2. This distance OQ is also root 2. So this point Q denotes the number square root of 2. In this way we have shown root 2 on this number line.